Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. It's episode 387. Hope you're all doing great. I just got back from New York City where I attended an event with Hisense. They're probably best known for their televisions, but they have other tech as well. And I brought my son Jacob with me. He's almost 23. He's one of my twins. Never been to New York before. So we had a really jam-packed 48 hours from visiting MoMA to seeing a Knicks game, of course, Times Square, Central Park, Katz's famous deli. It was really a great trip. So yeah, Hisense, we're going to chat with them this hour about their new TVs, including a 136-inch television. Before that, we're going to kickstart the show with a new app that lets you conduct a live video call with a technician who can help walk you through fixing things around your home. Also on this show, tech lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong will join us with some spring tech picks. And finally, we'll have on the program Melissa Maker. She's the host of the popular YouTube channel Clean My Space, and she'll talk with us about spring cleaning tips for your appliances in partnership with LG. All of this and more on a brand new Tech It Out, powered by Visa, which I'll tell you more about shortly. But let's officially kick off the new show with our first interview. You may already be aware of or a user of the Frontdoor app, which gives homeowners real-time help from experienced professionals via video chat for home repairs and maintenance. But to hear what's new with the platform, we're joined by Rian Buckley Goodwin, Senior Director of Product Management at Frontdoor. Welcome back to the show, Rian. Good to talk to you again.
Mark, I'm happy to be here. A lot's happened in the 2 years since we last chatted.
That's right. You were on the show back in 2023. So we will chat about what's new. Before that, though, please tell us a bit about Frontdoor, Frontdoor 101, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. So Frontdoor is the industry leader in home warranties and new home structural warranties. We are the leading provider of on-demand home repair and maintenance services. And Frontdoor is the parent company of two leading brands, which are American Home Sheild and the 210 Home Buyer's Warranty. So between those two and with the Frontdoor membership, we have over 2 million members. It is a fantastic company. We basically invented the home warranty category back in early 1970s, which gives us, 50 years of experience and learnings to do right by our customers.
Great. I'd love to say the 70s were before my time, but I'd be lying. So tell us what's been going on since you were back on when the app launched, if I'm not mistaken. How's it going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Frontdoor app, which you're referring to, continues to be a customer favorite. It is most loved in its category. It's meeting customers when and where they need us, and it's providing on-demand video chat with real home service experts, like plumbers and electricians and the sort, to help out members to get things done in their home when they want to. The Frontdoor app has also served as this beautiful learning ground and launch pad for the AHS app, which we are here to talk about today, and has really allowed our team, our engineering team, our product team, our design team to build quickly off the lessons we learned when launching the Frontdoor app and everything we've learned from customers over the past 2 years.
Great. So without further ado, tell us about the American Home Sheild app.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this today. So the American Home Sheild app marks an industry-first innovation. It's in-app video chat with an expert right in the palm of your hand. So if you are an American Home Sheild Gold or Platinum Warranty Plan member, with this app, you can now easily access all of your account and plan information. You can make and track service requests, which is huge just to be able to do right from your phone. You can obviously manage all of your payment information. And most excitingly, and what I'm passionate about, is you can now connect with one of our virtual experts to get the advice that you need for maintenance and repair issues. Like I said, with the Frontdoor app, in areas like plumbing, electrical, heating and air conditioning, appliances, and even handy person trades. So it's just connecting our members with, these service people who have over an average of 20 years experience out in the field. It's just a huge value add.
Can you walk us through an example of how it works? Let's say I've got the app and I'm trying to repair a hissing toilet and I need some help. So I open the app and then what?
Yeah, absolutely. So you would have previously, obviously.
Absolutely. Sorry.
Absolutely. I like it.
Sorry, please continue.
No, I need to use that one going forward. So you would have previously, of course, downloaded the app just from your normal app store. So that's where you start, you create your account, you log in, and now you have this hissing toilet. Something's going wrong. And so you go into your app and you go to submit a service request, and you now have two options. So not only could you say, hey, this is beyond me. I want nothing to do with this toilet. I'm just going to submit a service request and have a vetted pro come to my home from American Home Sheild. You can do that, of course, within the app. But what you can also do is say, hey, I don't know exactly what's going on with this toilet, but I do think I can fix it myself if someone's, talked it through with me. You can now connect with a video expert. So we would connect you with a plumber. It looks very similar to just video chatting on your phone. We have this proprietary video technology that allows experts to circle things on your screen, zoom in on things, take pictures, all of that to help you fulfill whatever needs to be done to that toilet. And they can just talk you through it. So you do that right in the app. If for some reason they can't help you fix your hissing toilet over the phone, then all of the notes that expert has taken about your toilet get sent to the pro who will come to your home. So, we all know this is a big deal. If you have a service pro come to your house, oftentimes they get there and they're like, oh, I know the problem, but I don't have the tools or the equipment or the right part for this. So I'll come back in a week when I have it. Those days are no longer. They know what's going on before it. They have notes from a plumber. They can arrive with the right things and the right parts to fix it the first time.
I like that part because it saves time and money, because it's now a subsequent visit that you can avoid if they know in advance what part is needed or what the issue is and if they're capable of taking care of it. We are chatting with Rian Buckley Goodwin, Senior Director of Product Management at Frontdoor. We're learning about the brand new American Home Sheild app and how it can help homeowners with repairs around the home, whether it's booking a technician, a vetted expert to come over, or to help you over video chat through the app. If you want to take a stab at doing it yourself, if it's safe to do so. I asked Rian about the example of a hissing toilet. So if you are engaged in that video call, is it a one-time thing or is that video archived? Let's say I want to refer back to it, or if I want to share that recording, is that possible? Like if I want to send it to a contractor who can do the job, if I wanted to book something on my own, is that doable?
Absolutely. So two things there. One, that video chat that you had with one of our plumbers will be saved into the app. So you can go back to previous video chats. You can watch that again, say that you solved it, but the plumber was like, hey, this may happen again in a couple months. You can just go back in, see exactly how you guys fixed it, do the same fix, and just get on with things, right? You'll be able to see all of the notes they took about the toilet. So not only do you get to watch the video over again, but you can see the notes and the, different tools they said you may need. And then to your second point, which I'm really excited about, because as we talked about, it's really nice just to get these things done the first time without having to make a second service call. Those notes and that video can be sent directly to the service pro who's going to come to your home. So that tech who's going to come into your home now has this video. They can see what's going on before they get there, bring the right things, bring the right parts, and just get this taken care of for our customers.
Love that. I can see the evolution of the web and mobile and how it's just helping homeowners more and more. When the web was young, it might have been text instructions on how to fix something on your own. Then came along YouTube, where you can follow a pre-recorded video of someone doing it, and you hopefully will try to mimic what they're doing. And now a live video that's personalized, like customized to your specific issue in real time. Love that. Can you quantify, Rian, how well it's doing, how the app is doing, or how much people can save using the American Home Sheild app?
Yeah, definitely. So we launched about 2.5 weeks ago. We have had over 160,000 app installs. We have had over 52,000 service requests submitted through the app.
Wow.
And we've had over 1,000 video calls with experts. So, the demand has far exceeded our expectations and we are thrilled with the results. But I think the thing that, I'm proudest of on the product side is we have a 99% positive call rating. So that's what I'm really focused on. How can we make this, an enjoyable experience for our customers? And right now we're succeeding in that.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
As we wrap up, can you remind us what we need to get going and how much the American Home Sheild app would cost, or that video call would cost?
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit different than the Frontdoor app, the American Home Sheild app is for people who have a home warranty membership. So our gold and platinum level warranties come with free video chat. So if you are gold or platinum AHS member, please go to the app and download it and access your video chats and your service requests right there in the palm of your hand. If you're not and you're new to this world, you should check out ahs.com, look through the plans, get a home warranty, protection of all the home pieces in your home, and then you'll get video chat at no extra cost.
Great. All right. ahs.com, American Home Sheild. And of course, you can also look for the app at the App Store for iPhone and the Google Play Store for Android devices. Rian, great to chat with you once again. Let's not make it another 2 years. And congrats on the early success of this new app.
Mark, thanks so much. And we have a 40% off all plans special going through the end of March. So go to ahs.com. If you want video experts included in your plan, look for the gold and platinum tier memberships. And we cannot wait to help anyone listening to this call with the items in their home.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. So as promised, after this short break, we're going to chat with Hisense. We're going to catch up with the president of Hisense USA. His name is David Gold. It was a little bit noisy. It was in the quietest corner I could find at their press event, but you're going to definitely hear a little bit of ambient noise. But I hope you enjoyed the chat, which will focus on how popular the brand has become and a look at a pair of their new TVs, including a 136-inch television. So stick with us. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
So as I mentioned earlier in the show, I attended a Hisense event in New York City on Wednesday, and I'm here with David Gold. He's president of Hisense USA to chat about the company and where they're going. So first of all, that was a great event today. Thank you so much for hosting us.
Thank you for coming.
And apologies to our listeners for the ambient noise around us. This is, again, an event where you're hosting journalists and content creators from the U.S., from Mexico, and from Canada. So a North American get-together just ahead of the Knicks game, which is exciting. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But why don't we start with a bit of a Hisense 101 for those who are maybe somewhat familiar with the brand, but maybe don't realize how big you are.
Yeah, thank you so much. So Hisense, we're one of the largest TV manufacturers globally. Depending on which month, we could be number 2. We're not just about TVs. We also are a very large manufacturer of refrigerators, a bunch of home appliance categories, including air conditioners, chest freezers, and whatnot. Our philosophy, our strategy is really about how do we bring great products, excellent technology, innovative technology, best-in-class quality, best performance possible at slightly more affordable prices.
I would argue, if I may, as a technology journalist, that's one of your competitive advantages. The TVs here are jaw-dropping, and laser projectors as well. You have short throw and regular traditional projectors. In your opinion, you can wear your product hat for a moment. What TV are you most excited about that's here? There's even a 136-inch micro LED television as well.
Yeah, it's hard for me to choose just one, so I'm going to have to go with 2. And there are 2 most innovative products. So one you mentioned is a 136-inch micro LED. That really is the future of TV technology. That's where the industry is going over the next 5, 10, 15 years.
And it's modular, right? Like it could even be bigger because they're panels.
That's right. It's a completely modular technology. It can go bigger, it can go smaller. So over time, we will see bigger and bigger, and we'll see smaller and smaller as well. And so that's kind of the future where you have, down to the smallest degree of control possible from a backlight control and color. So that's micro LED. Incredibly excited about bringing that to the U.S. market and Canada. The second one I'm excited about is the 116 UX.
And that's the first RGB TV. What does that mean exactly?
So that basically means that for every pixel in the TV, we have a red, a green, and a blue backlight.
Pixel is a dot that makes up the image, and it's usually not red, green, and blue together?
Usually it's one color, where usually it's a blue, and then it's pushed through a filter to get all the other colors. We're the first company in the world to bring all 3 native mini LEDs into a panel.
And what's the end result for that?
The end result is the spectrum of color that the TV is going to cover, getting as close as possible to every single color the human eye can see.
And then we talked quickly about projectors. They can even go up to 300 inches. Is that right?
That's correct. So laser TVs really are about versatility. If you want to be a home theater enthusiast and really bring that theater experience to the home, we have a solution for that. If you want portability, if you want versatility, you can even position them off angle. So you don't have to be directly in front of the screen. You know, at home I have one. I don't even project it on a screen. I project it on a wall. So it's really about versatility and a lot of things you can do with it.
We've just got about a minute left with David Gold, president of Hisense USA, here at a very noisy press event in New York City. You called this an appreciation event. You sounded grateful for the amount of press that journalists were giving the brand over the last couple of years. Tell us a bit about your success, if you can quantify that. And I mentioned the New York Knicks game earlier. I know that you've got a partnership with FIFA, if I'm not mistaken, or World Cup, but also NBA. So let's talk a bit about the brand as we wrap up.
So as I mentioned earlier, we're a very large TV manufacturer, but we're a brand that's kind of up and coming. And our mission, and why I'm incredibly appreciative and thankful for the media, is you're the ones helping us kind of tell our story. We're a company, we're about $30 billion in revenue on an annual basis. Our mission is to become the #1 TV brand in the world.
In the 100-inch category, there were a lot of messages around CES that you're #1 in the world. Is that right?
That is correct. Actually, globally in 100-inch, we're the #1. In the U.S., 87-inch and above, we were #1 in units and dollars. In the Canadian market, we're the #2 brand in units and dollars. So it's, we're on this journey to continue to grow and become more popular.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Regarding our partnership, so yes, we are the official sponsor of the NBA for the TVs and appliances. This is now our 3rd season with the NBA. And we recently announced our partnership with FIFA around the Club World Cup, which will be played this summer in the U.S., as a warm-up to the World Cup in 2026. And it's bringing the 32 best teams from around the world to come and play a tournament in the U.S., and it's exciting. We're very passionate about sports. We think it's a great way to get to know the brand, meet consumers in areas that they're passionate about.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on all of your successes to date. And here's to a stellar 2025.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Before we continue on with this show and speak with Mario Armstrong, a consumer tech expert who will share some great spring-related gadgets, I wanted to give a shout out to Visa. We cover cybersecurity a lot on this program and how you can best protect yourself in the digital age, even if you're not super tech savvy. One part of the solution is securely shopping online. And so I'm thrilled about my partnership with Visa on Tech It Out, as they've made a significant investment in fraud prevention over the past 5 years, to the tune of $10 billion, all to support Visa's brand promise to protect the financial information of individuals and businesses. Zero liability means peace of mind when you shop online or at retail using your Visa card. More is at visa.com/security. That's visa.com/security. When we return on Tech It Out, spring gadgets with tech lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong is going to have a bunch of ideas for you for inside and outside the home. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. There's just something about spring that makes you want to hit the reset button, and that includes our tech lives. Well, good thing we have digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong here with us to share some ideas that can help. Hi, Mario. Good to chat with you. Happy spring, my man.
Oh, happy spring to you too, Mark. It's I've been waiting for this moment to talk to you, but also for spring to come around, and I'm excited. I partnered up with some great brands that really I feel are great upgrades for the springtime.
Awesome. Well, I happen to be in your fair city, New York. It doesn't quite feel like spring, but I know it's around the corner.
No,
a little
not yet.
chilly.
Still got that little bite, the little bite of chill
Well,
for you.
spring officially sprung on March 20th. So let's start with a refresh for the home.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. When I think about the home, I'm thinking of, all right, spring cleaning, spring solutions. You think about all of that stuff, but then you should also be thinking about the fact that the Anker Solix F3800 Plus has a game changer for backup power. And I've been talking about Anker and their different devices for backup power for some time, and even at places like CES. And it's really great with this one because the Plus, right, it charges faster with solar, but it now also works with gas generators, which is awesome because that can keep your home running during long outages. It's got enough power, by the way, to run all those big appliances in your house, like washing machines, air conditioners, refrigerators. So really powerful, great for blackouts or emergencies. And you can also expand the battery to power your home for days too. So no more worrying about that. So I was really thinking like, okay, if we're going to go for the home and we want to make sure that we're safe and secure, then you want to make sure you have no outages. And that's the way to go for sure.
Yeah, Anker is the parent company. Solix, Solix, is the brand for these massive generators, battery-based, that are also ideal for places like condos and apartments. You're not supposed to obviously bring in a gas-based generator there.
And RVs and you know, for camping and going outdoors too. They have
100%, all synonymous with spring for sure. Next up, Mario, what about a digital solution for home or work?
So when I'm at home, I like to have my music on in the house, some chill vibe in the background. And recently, I don't know about you, Mark, but I've been getting more into printing than I've ever been before. And it's kind of like I went through a phase of everything digital, and now I'm like, oh, I want to have some stuff printed back out. And so I'm into this mode. And so I picked up an Epson EcoTank. The one I'm talking about today, so I own one, but the one I'm talking about today is an Epson EcoTank ET3850. This one's fast, affordable, easy to use printer. It's great for busy families and home offices. Many of us are working from home, need to print some things out as well. So the biggest feature that I like about it is that it uses high-capacity ink tanks, not cartridges. And this one comes out of the box with a ridiculous amount of ink, so you're already covered out of the gate. And you can print colorful pages stress-free. It's got wireless, auto two-sided printing, built-in scanner, a copier, auto document feeder. It's really perfect for home and work.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Epson EcoTank family as well, as I know Shaq is, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
I swear by my EcoTank, and I get asked a lot by my readers, what printer should I get? And I always say the same thing. Don't buy a printer where you're tempted by a stupidly low price to pay through the nose for cartridges that don't last long either. So go with a high yield, bottle-based solution like EcoTank that could last up to 2 years. And I print still a lot as well. Contracts and scripts for TV work and stuff
I'm
like
doing
that.
things in color, like presentations and decks and other things. And I was like, man, this is great. I'm not running to the store or heading online to go try to get some ink because I'm out. Like, that's the worst inconvenience, is when you're out of ink and you need to print something.
Always at the worst time.
Yeah.
The day before an essay is due or before a big presentation for the boss is due. Yeah, there you go. Right. We are chatting with Mario Armstrong, digital lifestyle expert, to get some ideas to spring into the new season, some tech ideas. You have a couple more for us, I understand.
Oh, yeah, two more. One I'm really excited about because I really like to be outdoors. And now that the sun is showing up more often and it's getting a little bit warmer, I love the Amazfit Active 2 smartwatch. Now, this one's designed for the fashion-conscious, kind of health-focused people who really value style and functionality. It really delivers. You get up to 10 days of battery life on this. And I love that you can do things like getting precise heart rate, sleep tracking. It has over 160 workout modes on here, so there's nothing that you won't be able to do for sure. It includes High Rocks, which is a great race and strength training. And then the Zep app that you can use also gives you like these deeper insights. And you can do things like use their food log camera so that you can also track your meals. And it has offline GPS and offline maps, which means you don't have to worry about connectivity. It will keep you on track. It's just really stylish, which is what, a lot of times you get a smartwatch and it's either too stylish or it's too active. And this one really hits the sweet spot.
Yeah, it sounds like it does it all. Maybe even makes you a cappuccino or something. So that's Amazfit is the brand. AMAZFIT.
Yeah.
Is there a name for that particular watch?
It's the AMAZFit Active 2.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The Active 2, starting at only $99, which is crazy.
That's the other great thing. That's and it has a leather band, and it's got other types of bands on them as well to choose from. It's just a really great buy.
And then let's end off with one of my other favorite companies that starts with A, Asus. I'm actually talking to you right now on an Asus ZenBook laptop. What's new there?
Well, I have the Asus ZenBook Duo, which is a game changer.
You're such a one-upper, really?
And I'm trying not to be. I got to have the latest if we're going into the spring. You've probably had yours for a little while now. And I love that it's got 3 different modes. So essentially, you can still use it in classic laptop mode, but this is a screen that actually moves, it bends, it folds. So you can expand your workspace with dual screen mode, meaning it opens and it has a detachable keyboard that is basically covering your other screen, if you can imagine that. So imagine your current laptop state with its display and a keyboard. You pop off that keyboard, and under it reveals another screen. And so it's a detachable Bluetooth keyboard that now you can use 2 screens, not just one. It's a little under 3.5 pounds. Portable, lightweight enough to carry around with you, and it's got that built-in kickstand so you can prop it up anywhere, and it's got really great battery life, like all day. And if you really want to push it, if you're using video, it's going to give you 13.5 hours on video playback.
Fantastic. All right. Asus.com for that. And then what's the best website for everything you've chatted about here today, Mario, so we can get pricing and links and see pictures and videos and all that?
Yeah, that's a really good call. So go to inthenews.tv. Inthenews.tv. We have all the latest info there. There's got to be something on there for everybody. I'm really excited about some of the things that we talked about, man. And more importantly, I'm excited that you're in New York City with your son hanging out, having a great time.
Thank you so much, Mario. Yeah, great to chat with you. Happy spring. And I look forward to chatting with you again sooner than later, I hope.
Yeah, me too. Take care. See you soon.
When we return on Tech It Out, we're going to catch up with Melissa Maker, the host of the popular YouTube channel Clean My Space, about spring cleaning hacks. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. It's always great to have Melissa Maker on the program. Of course, you know her as the affable YouTube host, the star of Clean My Space, and she has side hustles as well. In partnership with LG, Melissa's back on the program, this time to chat about home appliances and upkeep, maintenance, and cleaning, which is ideal for springing into the new season, which we did last Thursday. Welcome back to the show, Melissa. Hope you've been keeping well.
Hey, Mark, it's great to be back. I'm just getting over a cold, so I'm a little sniffly, but otherwise very, very happy to be here with you.
Well, I hope you're on the mend and heal fast. Thanks for carving out some time to chat. I know that last time we had you on the program, we were discussing connected homes and energy efficient appliances. But today we're going to dive into something timely, appliance care for spring cleaning. To kick things off, why don't you first tell our listeners a bit about yourself and your expertise?
Yeah, so Mark, I've been in the cleaning game since 2006 when I started a cleaning company called Clean My Space in my hometown of Toronto. And ever since then, I've been involved with cleaning some way or another. My YouTube channel started back in 2011. My book, Clean My Space, came out in 2017. And I have a line of my own cleaning tools called Maker's Clean. So yeah, I've got my finger in a few different cleaning pies, if you will.
Wow, that's really wild. And I know it's one of those things that many of us know we need to do, but we don't like to do it. So the thought of you building a career around it, I think is phenomenal. It's very motivating. Today, we're going to be focusing on home appliance care, as I mentioned off the top, and addressing some common questions and maybe misconceptions that many of us have about our appliances. So why don't we start with the basics, Melissa? Why is appliance maintenance so important, especially in the spring?
Yeah, Mark, this is a great question. Look, our appliances do a lot of work in our homes, and it's sort of behind the scenes work that we don't really think about. And because of that, they're often overlooked and they don't get that attention and TLC that they need. You know, just like a car needs an oil change regularly to keep it running well, your fridge, your washing machine, your dishwasher, they need regular maintenance too, so that they also can run smoothly. And it's little things, you know, like cleaning out filters or changing filters or giving a drum a cleaning. Those are the things that can really make a difference.
All right. So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I see where you're going with this.
Said it.
And so what would you say then, Melissa, is a common misconception that we have about our home appliances, that they don't need maintenance, maybe, that they just will work as well on, the 10th year that we've got them as it did the first day?
Well, yeah, I think that's just it. People think, you turn on your appliance, you set it, you forget it, and you walk away. And especially because many of our big appliances at home are also cleaning appliances, the misconception there is that because the appliances are cleaning appliances, they clean themselves, which is not true. And the truth is that a little bit of that regular upkeep, that prevention you were mentioning, that really goes a long way in keeping them running efficiently and lasting longer. Like if you think about the dishwasher, for example, many people don't realize that regular maintenance there, like cleaning out that dishwasher filter at the bottom there, that can actually enhance your dishwasher's performance, but also extend its lifespan. Like the better we treat our appliances, the better they're going to work. The less repair, the less work they're going to need over time, and the longer they will last. And it's little habits like this that will make a big difference in keeping your appliances working their best in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, little things, like literally 20 minutes ago, before recording this interview, we were cleaning up after a meal, and my son and my wife, Kelly, and I were loading the dishwasher. And I said, should we rinse this dish? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah. And my son said, I'm sure the dishwasher can handle it. But my wife and I erred on the side of caution, and we rinsed it anyways, because we thought, like, no one wants to pay that bill, if things get clogged up because you didn't properly rinse it.
I love that your family had this little debate. I think that's so interesting. The way that we're supposed to do it is we're supposed to scrape our dishes. So you, Kelly, and your son, you were all right. But you don't want to waste water. You don't want to have to rinse each dish underwater because
Sure.
That's not resource efficient. So scraping into the compost bin, getting rid of that chicken is the way to go. And then your dishwasher and your dish detergent can handle everything else.
I like that. That's good, because I do curse when I look at my utility bill every month, including water. See, you've got so much expertise, Melissa. I love having you on the show. You've got a lot of experience in home care, obviously, and with your work as an LG ambassador as well. So as someone who so closely is connected to appliance upkeep, I'm sure you get all kinds of questions like what I just asked you about loading the dishwasher. But during spring cleaning, that's obviously top of mind. What are some of the more common things that you hear from your followers?
Well, I think during spring cleaning, it's more people have that aha moment that they forget every other time of the year, which is, oh yeah, I'm supposed to give my appliances some extra love at this point too, aren't I? And then the common questions I see in my community when it comes to taking care of appliances are things like, how do I book a service or a maintenance call if I have to get my appliance serviced or cared for? How long does my appliance's warranty last for? And a big thing that I'm hearing in today's world especially is frustration around, say it with me, customer service. People want quick, reliable answers when they need them, and they don't want to have to deal with the long wait times or the confusion.
We're chatting with Melissa Maker. She is the YouTube host of Clean My Space. She's an author, and she's also partnered with LG to chat with us today about maintaining your appliances. We're springing into a new season, so freshness and home maintenance is all top of mind. While we're in the kitchen, Melissa, I wanted to ask if there's any kind of spring refresh tips you've got for the refrigerator.
Yeah, of course. So, when we think about fridge cleaning and spring cleaning, they're the standard things like removing everything from the fridge, wiping down the shelves, changing out the box of baking soda, cleaning out the crisper drawers, even cleaning out the ice bins. But Mark, the simple thing that people forget to do all the time is replacing that water filter if you have a fridge that makes its own ice and dispenses water. And let me tell you, when I do this, it takes less than 30 seconds to do.
We've got a couple of minutes left with Melissa Maker, the host of Clean My Space, when we return on Tech It Out.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We've got a couple of minutes left with Melissa Maker, the host of the YouTube channel Clean My Space. She's on other platforms as well. She's an author. She's got a product line. Joining us to talk about spring cleaning tips for your appliances. Before the break, Melissa, you were telling us that we should definitely replace the water filter in our fridge if it has drinking water, and you said it could make all the difference.
Yeah, and the reason we want to do this is because if you notice that you have funky tasting ice, changing this filter will fix that for you. And if you're making spring cocktails or mocktails this spring, which I'm very excited for personally, I do want my ice tasting great. So this can be part of your annual or biannual cleaning routine for your fridge.
Nice. Well, we don't have one of those in our fridge, but boy, I've been eyeing those LG fridges with the craft ice capabilities, those big, beautiful round spheres for your cocktails.
I have that fridge, and let me tell you, that craft ice is a big hit.
I do it manually like a sucker. I've got a mold. If I'm making my friends and I an old fashioned, you want that big spherical, piece of ice in the middle of the glass.
Oh yeah, the slow melting ice. Mark, you're living in the last century.
For sure. I know. As a techie, I need to up my game. All right. So we've been talking about a refrigerator and then cleaning via your dishwasher. But speaking of cleaning, now let's head over to the laundry room to wrap up. What could we be mindful of when it comes to your washer and dryer?
Oh, well, there are a few key things that you want to do. First of all, a regular tub clean cycle on your washing machine. And this is so easy to do. Appliances like LG's Wash Tower and LG Wash Combo come with a built-in tub clean cycle. Even if you don't have one though, Mark, you can just run the hottest, longest cycle that your machine has. Throw in a machine washing tablet. You can pick those up online. You can pick them up in store, and you just do that once a month. It is a hands-off job, and it keeps your machine fresh. And then the other thing that I remind people to do, and again, this is like one of those easy proactive things, but it's just leaving the washing machine door open, and even the detergent tray, even leaving that little drawer open between uses. This just allows air to circulate throughout the machine and prevents that musty smell.
So we do that, but I'm always worried about the light being on and it costing me money on electricity. Is there a way you can just close it a little so the light goes off, but still have some air getting in there to avoid odors and things like that?
Yeah, in my experience, the light shuts off after a minute or two anyway. And I'm sure there's some sort of machine setting where you can shut that light off.
Well, hey, Melissa, thank you so much for your time. Hope you feel better and happy spring to you. Where can we learn more about upkeep on our home appliances, both in the kitchen and in the laundry room?
Yeah, just head over to lg.com and you can find everything you need right there.
All right, lg.com. Thanks again, Melissa Maker. Make sure you give her a follow on social media. Speaking of social media, if you want to reach out to ask tech questions, maybe you've got suggestions for upcoming guests or topics on Tech It Out, anything you don't like about the show, I'm all ears. It's all good. I'll spell my name in a moment, but you can find me on X, formerly Twitter, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Did I forget any? I don't think so. I'm on pretty much all those platforms. Or if you prefer, you can email me at my website. So it's Mark Saltzman, MarkSaltzman, Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z. I always love hearing from Tech It Out listeners, whether you tune in on your local talk radio station or in podcast form. I always love to hear where you're tuning in from, how you're tuning in. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. For the minute or so we have left on this program, along with Visa, my incredible partner on Tech It Out, I also want to give a shout out to SanDisk. They've also been a years-long partner on this program. As you likely know, SanDisk creates flash storage. So fast, high capacity, reliable, durable, lightweight, and small devices that you can connect to your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your desktop, and not only use it for backing up purposes like you would an external hard drive where you want to copy files over for long-term storage, but with solid state drives or SSDs, USB thumb drives, and micro SD cards, you can work off those drives. They're that fast. So there's no platter that you have to wait to spin to power up and, that whole hard drive thing. It's near instant. Great for content creators like YouTubers and TikTokers and podcasters because of super fast read and write speeds. Again, they're rugged and very reliable. You can expand the storage of your favorite devices, and there's a whole line of products to choose from. So you can head over to SanDisk.com for more. That's SanDisk.com. So I hope you enjoyed today's Tech It Out for another week. We had American Home Sheild on the program, Hisense USA's David Gold, whom I interviewed in person in New York. Speaking of New York, tech expert Mario Armstrong joined us with some spring tech ideas, and Melissa Maker, the host of Clean My Space in partnership with LG. So a packed show, and I've got another great one lined up for you next week. So looking forward to that. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I look forward to catching up with you next weekend for another brand new episode of Tech It Out. Take care, everyone. Ciao for now.